Hey y'all, it's the Calming Corner Show. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's get into it. Alright, so family, this is part 2 of the reading with Chrisean and Blueface. Okay, so this is Blueface's part. Just wanted to, put this in the clip because, of course, I'm not going to, do the astrology. It's already in part 1, with Chrisean. So make sure that if you didn't get a chance to see part 1, go back and see that. And this one is Blueface, and these are clips. So shout out to LQ Shahid for the clips with Ryan Garcia's live stream late last night with Chrisean and Chrisean Jr. Just wanted you guys to check out the clip, and based on the reading I did with Chrisean, looking at the developments and things like that. So here's Blueface's energy and reading. Let's get into it, and here go the clips, all right? Let's get into it, guys.
Hey, what's up? You want to watch boxing? Look it.
Oh, this fight. Mm-hmm. We all saw that fight.
You seen this? You didn't see this.
He lost.
He got his ass whooped. There's a difference.
I tell Ryan, stop being messy. Hey, play it.
Oh, it's
play
happening. You gotta see the introduction, all that. Can I hold Chrisean?
Yeah. Let me make sure his butt.
Come here, champ. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Hey. And then come.
Damn. And it's like a process, too.
It's 12 sessions, they said.
I mean, a lot of people have done it, so it's not impossible. That's for sure.
Yeah. I was keeping it on there because I wanted to wait.
You're right.
I didn't want to do things too fast, but I'm ready now.
Hey, time and place for everything, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to get rid of.
Out with the old, in with the new.
Yeah.
Fresh start.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Oh my gosh, innocent.
Baby, huh?
Yes. You grew into your looks.
Did I? Mm. Oh, I was ugly? Damn,
no.
Fucked up.
You look like a man.
Yeah, true.
How old were you again?
I was like 19. Yeah, 19.
For real?
Yeah, I was a baby.
I got rich at 19 too. Well, 20.
Look at this. Sync.
Oh.
Okay, chat, I'm back, and I'll make sure that I'm gonna play a couple clips, and then y'all gonna see me get into Blueface, okay? Because as I left to go eat and get dinner, it's interesting because Chrisean Rock is now live online with Ryan Garcia, the fighter. So I wanted y'all to see, after we just recently did her cards right before I left to go eat dinner, I wanted y'all to look at the energy where while she's live. I didn't go too much into, I guess they on like streaming a Twitch stream. So shout out to LQ Shahid because that's where I got his from on YouTube, because he's live on the streaming app, streaming this interview or interaction with Chrisean and Ryan Garcia, okay? And I like Ryan Garcia, y'all. He's real talented. But she was basically talking about fighting. She was talking about, possibly getting into women's boxing. At this point, like I said, Chrisean don't know what she gonna do. But this might be a new lane that could work for her, because she really did, honestly, hold her own out there. But as far as the mom department, she is garbage. I'm sorry. And I don't like to post children, but I wanted you guys to see, even after we did the reading, just confirming that the baby does have challenges, and the baby really needs to, really needs some care and some attendance, and needs to really, really be dealt with. I feel so bad because she got time to stream. Like I said, she got time to do everything else but be a mom to this baby, Junior. And you're going to see he is like I said, I don't like to talk about children, but he is struggling in a lot of ways. He is supposed to be leaps and milestones ahead at his age right now, and it is just so sad to see him roll around. He's not completely mobile. He needs help, guys. So let's really, while she praying to her God, because I don't know who she praying to. So, you know what I'm saying? Because all that mess with the Christian and this, that, and the third, baby, if you was really, really, intending on your faith, you be somewhere intending on your baby. All right? So let's everybody uplift her and keep her in your prayers, especially keep that baby in prayers. Because like I said, the card showed right now it's just, the hand of God and the angels above and the ancestors that's watching out for that baby, okay? So let's get into Blueface energy. I already blessed the cards, guys, okay? So, sorry, let me get my braids out of the way. But let's get into his messages. Let's pull his current energy, then we're going to get into all the questions, okay? And it's interesting because remember how I said she ain't over him and it came up in the messages? Go check out that stream because I know people going to be playing bits and you get what I mean. They're going to be playing bits and segments from it and you're going to see where Ryan, let her know and voice to her that he fools with Big Blueface. He really cares about Blueface. That's his homeboy. And he also, said why y'all couldn't work or whatever. And she was like, that would be really good minus the toxicity, minus the drinking and the, drugs and all the things. And isn't that the interesting thing that this is happening right now tonight while I did that reading a little bit earlier. So, again, I already blessed the cards, but let's get into Blueface's current energy. Okay, so and he is let me make sure because I was pulling him up and I want to say he came up. I think he Aquarius though. Ain't that what I said? I want to make sure I'm pulling the right energy because we do so many people. Let me go back. Okay? Sorry about that, y'all. I blessed the cards, but I want to make sure that we got his energy correct. Okay? It says my Mac not plugged, so let me make sure that I got that plugged up. That was Zenday. Okay, so we need to pull him back up. I'm sorry, let me pull him back up. Sorry about that, guys. Because he on that last day. Okay, so he Aquarius, all right? Hold on, guys. Let me make sure that let me make sure this is plugged up, okay? Give me 1 second. Because I don't want my computer to die. Because like I said, I got stuff lined up right there as well. So I want to make sure that it is plugged in. Get that plug on. I don't know why it's doing that. Let's see. Everything else is on. So maybe it's this, it's not. Okay. There it goes. Maybe it just needed to be in here tighter. Okay. So let's get into Mr. Blueface's cards. So family, I just wanted to make sure. So he is okay. Sorry about that. I got it. All right, let me pull my braids to the back. It was good dinner too. I had Italian. It's my nephew, my Omari baby birthday. Okay. Real cool, real good. We got lots to talk about. Tasha K interviewed, and Milagro did an interview today, and oh my God, y'all, we got to get into some things tomorrow because the baby was. They said that he went off on Fox Master Flex today because they said that he allegedly was dealing with Kimura. So we got a lot to talk about tomorrow. So let's get into Blueface right now, okay? And this is Blueface's current energy that we pulling. All right? Echo. Ain't nobody tell you to do all that. My puppy, y'all. He is something else. I got a golden doodle. That's my baby. My Echo baby, okay? Do it, you boy. Armand is live, but I never even went over him and denied them, so let me clear the card. It's a whole new deck, and it's kind of slippery with these sides. Y'all see that? It's interesting. Let's get into it. Aquarius sun, Aquarius sun, Aquarius sun. Blueface. What's going on with him? Just as current energy before we even start asking about Chrisean and all the people and the women and the yada yada yada. So, alright, so we're gonna take that. Let's see. Oh shit. Do I want to take that? I guess we do, but it's just interesting how they all feel like that. You know what, guys? The way that fell like that, because they all fell in a compartment, spirit energy just telling me to still go with the 6, but we're going to hold those to the side. We're not going to rule them out, because we'll read the energy, but let's pull this energy here, okay? Let's go with what we, you know, the traditional way. Spirit. He got a lot, and that even came out too, so we're gonna take it. That fell twice, and it fell sideways. And see, this is his messages. We can even see it right here, okay? So he got a whole nother set, all right? So let's ask the extra messages and extra messages for Blueface. Extra messages from Spirit. There we go. We do got extra messages. Interesting. They got the same kind of cards. Okay. Okay, so we're going to leave that there so y'all can see that, okay? Now let's pull. I want to pull from my deck that I like too, so we can kind of back it all up, okay? Because it's interesting how all these cards kind of feel. That's weird, but we're going to take it and we're going to go with it and see what's really going on, okay? Might just be a lot going on with him, which clearly it is, okay? Sideways. I wonder what Nevaeh, that girl's sign is, okay? I wonder what that's all about. Ooh. Okay. And then these two. I'm just unpacking as we, you know, move forward, okay? And I see this right here, so... And then he got these as well, okay? So let me see how we gonna start this. It's interesting. I ain't never had it fall like this, but we gonna always go with the flow. Because we gonna take the messages as they come. So thank you, Spirit. Okay, so the first card that's coming out the deck for Blueface, guys, is the Hangman. And it's interesting because to me, it can really represent the current energy that he's in a lot of different ways. You know, because what I mean by that is he's just coming out of an issue. I mean, not an issue, but a situation of being locked up for a while. So that can represent that energy. You know, when I pull cards, it's about the current past going into current energy of what's going on right now, right? So this is about, you know, him being in that holding pattern for so long that on some level, even right now, in his mindset and how he's handling things, he's holding on to a lot of things. Holding on to, you know, the past. Holding on to old ways of doing things, okay? But needing to change perspective. And on some level, he's really, really reaching and trying to, you know, find perspective in all the different things that's going on in his life. This is not just love. This is about work. This is about money. This is about mindset. This is about how he's, you know, living his life, you know, goals, what he wants to do, things he wants to get his hands on. So this is the energy of, you know, in this pattern. But I'm going to also say that when you see that Hangman, it represents sacrifice on some level, okay? So we need to watch the spiritual message that's right here and just kind of watch as the story somewhat unfolds. So let's hold that energy or word in the back of our minds. But we understanding right now that he is in a holding pattern in a lot of ways, okay? Needing to have growth. And right now, you know, trying to gain perspective on how he's going to deal with just everything, every single thing going forward, okay? The Knight of Cups is here. So to me, that's the energy of, you know, he's in a relationship, quote unquote, or however he's dealing with the women in his life. You know, it's almost an energy of just, it can be even gaslighting sometimes to an extent, you know, especially based on the cards that support the message, right? And he's holding a cup, you know, and in his mind following his heart. And I'm going to say that this could even represent the one young lady that he's dealing with at the moment. But I'm going to tell you something. He holding that cup out for a few people, y'all. You know? You see that energy? He has the energy right now of the 9 of Wands, right? And in the upright, it's about persistence. It's about courage and strength. But in this energy, when you see that 9 of Wands in reverse, this is him trying to gain perspective, y'all. Still using his old ways and finessing. But this is still about not having good motives. Remember I said he finessing when this Knight of Cups is here with this 9 of Wands, okay? He is all still the same on some level, okay? Change needs to happen on some level for this man, though, all right? You know, still stuck in the ways. 4 of Pentacles. Him and Chrisean had the same energy. Remember her card was mirroring. Remember that? She got that message, mirroring each other. Didn't I say they mirror each other's energy? Same greedy, stingy, stubborn, shady ways, right? Still up to the same bullshit. You know, in his way of doing things, right? You got these 2 queens on the table, and it's hilarious because this is about attachments to old things when you need to be gaining perspective and releasing it. But you holding on to these attachments. Queen of Pentacles. You see that energy right there? sideways energy. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. This could represent the Nevaeh girl. I'm not sure what her birthday is. We do know that Jaden Alexis is a air energy, air sign, Libra sun. But she's also a mother, okay? And one thing I can say about Jaden Alexis is she does take care of her children. She does, hold some form of stability. To me, even though she's not a earth energy, she represents still, holding down her household. No, Blue is not dealing with her at this time, but he does rely on her for certain things in certain stable situations, right? Chrisean, that's how he views her. Here she is, right here. Queen of Cups in reverse. She is that energy too. You can see it. It's right here in the cards, right? Playing the victim. He looks at her, as just, messy, stressful, pessimistic. Again, victim energy. I can't find all the words, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. And this is the energy of Chrisean and how she handles anyway. Jealousy, games, mind games, all of that bull crap, right? And it also confirms too that he really not dealing with her right now. Chrisean to me operates in an energy. I'm not saying that they don't communicate. I'm not saying that they don't reach out. That's not what I mean. That Knight of Cups is here. He finessing and playing games. You can clearly see it in the messages, right? But it's not in the way that she wanted to be. And even if you look at that interview tonight, you can even see, her wanting more. But she was like, he not really dealing with me. I mean, she also even confirmed that, and you can see it in the energy, right? He comes up as himself in the cards. That's why I said, Spirit saying, flip the cards, flip the cards. We can get to these messages. That's kind of more extra messages in the interim of what we're catching right now, what we're reading, what we're seeing. Because this is his current energy, but this is him. King of Swords energy, Aquarius, air energy. This is sideways. So this is the energy when you in the upright, your mind is right. You understand which direction you going. You're not in a hangman position or a holding pattern trying to figure out what the perspective is, what lease of life you gonna move towards, what you releasing, what you disengaging from, how you gonna move forward in certain ways. This is always the energy when I get it sideways, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So in some instances, he's, using his mindset to move forward. In some instances, it's setbacks here, right? You can see it in the cards. In some instances, there's discipline. In some instances, there's truth. But guess what? 1 foot in, one. On the other hand, there's weaknesses. There's cruelty and how you handling situations and things, and also manipulation. Manipulation is here with that Knight of Cups and that 9 of Wands. Remember I said you can see it, right? Again, he's just now coming from holding pattern, being locked up, so he's in a time of recovery. You see that 5 of Pentacles in reverse? Coming home to nothing but in a place of recovery. And I wouldn't necessarily say nothing, but you coming in the negative and you trying to turn that thing into a positive. So right now, this is about him making decisions, thinking of ways to move forward. Maybe not in the best way with this Knight of Cups or finesse, but he's coming up with ways on how he's going to move forward and really, really get to the bag. He's getting his hands on finances, but he's in a recovery stage, right? You can see it. When he dealing with finances, the games that he play, Knight of Cups, this is money with strings attached, right? This is even Chrisean energy with strings attached. She wants to rule the situation, control the situation. And if things can't go in the way that she wants them to go, then it's, I want you to be unalive. You see that hangman energy. You know, I can't stand you. I don't, want to see you. Me or my child. You see that? So this strings attached energy goes a lot of ways. This is how he deals with people. Dealing with her, dealing with the women. Strings attached in the energy. You can see it, right? This is some debt that he has to deal with as well. Then they said he had a lawsuit where somebody was coming for his royalties. You can see that in the energy too as well in the cards, right? Page of Cups. I'm going to say something. When you see that card there, it is a possibility that we will hear that one of these young ladies can come up pregnant. I'm telling you. That Page of Cups is all about that energy, all right? And we may hear news of a baby, possibly, all right? And I think this was the Nevaeh girl saying that she was wanting to possibly gonna get pregnant. So don't be surprised if y'all hear something like that or something like that is around or in the energy, okay? But he is in the energy of, again, like I said, he in this holding pattern and in this recovery pattern, and he is going through some losses, some legal things, and all the things, and even some debts that he got to deal with. But he on a new journey, guys, and he trying to figure out which direction he gonna go as he steps out into a new journey. He juggling. You see that? With that Page of Pentacles, trying to figure out which direction I'm gonna go. He juggling funds, okay? In a place of recovery and juggling funds. Because right now, he trying to create a stable foundation. But he has poor planning in place. All right? So he got some situations and things that he got to work on and make changes. Y'all see that card? Remember I said the Death card is all about transformation. And that card is sitting here in the focal point in the... So this is about him in a, making transformation energy, a new cycle. We headed into a new year. So he's really trying to take into account what he gonna do in the new year to make all the changes. Yeah, he going over here getting a little bag here, a little bag there, all the things. But you can see he juggling to make it all happen, right? Recovery. But one thing about it, with that Hangman here, this is about holding on to attachments, okay? He's even in a place of, without speaking out loud, experiencing fear and depression on certain levels. I mean, hell, anybody has to be experiencing some form of depression with all that craziness on their face. Let's just keep it a buck. Look at these cards. 4 Swords reversed. He got to watch out for his health too. I'm going to say that. The messages are here. Even in that Hangman and sacrifice energy. Y'all see that? Let's watch out for that now and be careful, right? Ace of Swords. Again, King of Swords is sideways. Remember, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Where that Ace of Swords energy is chaos. The mind isn't clear. Even with that Hangman. You see that? Confusion, chaos. Not being able to, clearly move forward. He got a lot of obstacles in the way. It's in the messages, right? Experiencing delays. He got frustration behind the scenes. Not really wanting y'all to see that. He wants to come off smooth and cool, but the messages are in the cards. You can't make them up. This is about spiritual work. And if I'm not mistaken, they said that the girlfriend, practices Ifa. Now, whether it's for the better good or not, I don't know. But right here, this is work with no results. But this can also represent alternative ways of doing things. But the card represents no reward. I'm finna pull those other cards too. So he got a lot going on in his current energy as well, as y'all can see. Okay? Ain't that some shit? So let's move these to the side and let's pull those. And then we'll pull the cards because we want to ask how he feel about Chrisean. We're going to ask how he feel about Nevaeh. We're going to get down to business. And those are the cards that I also spoke on. So let's see real quick, okay? Let's see. We're going to see right now. Let's get some current energy. And then we're going to pull cards and ask. We're going to ask how you feel about Chrisean. We're going to ask how you feel about Nevaeh. I know people wanted to know, did he set that up for those girls to fight too? That was a question somebody had. We're going to ask. We'll ask that too. But let's just get his current energy in these cards to see if they align with what came out. Okay. Blueface. Coming out as his energy too. Ain't that something? Y'all see that? It's like conglomerates of cards coming out when it comes to him. Y'all see that? Same energy even with the other cards. So we just gonna take it. Y'all see that? We'll take the bottom and the top, right? Now, let's move this down. So he got several messages. That's just the message of the energy right now, what's happening, right? Because we clearly can see it. So let's ask Spirit, is there any extra messages? Any extra messages? I always like to just see, you know, and that way we able to, you know, check the cards, right? So that is the focal point card, as we can see, all right? And that came out in his messages, guys. You can't make the messages up, so let's do that. And those are the extra messages and the double up. So let's see what we got for him. It's kind of the same, okay? So when we looking at him right now, like we said, it's even with that, he got that, remember that first card was that the Hangman, right? And right here, this is the Three of Coins, Three of Pentacles, but it's in reverse. This is about loss of momentum. Remember, I said holding on to past, holding on to old ways of doing things, no growth, because this is about not learning from past mistakes, right? This also is about third party friction, energy, you know, and still coming out. Remember I said that Knight of Cups is over there with that Nine of Wands. It's all about finesse in the games. Things haven't changed. This is, you know, not committed. Not committed in your relationships. Not committed in to things that you really out here trying to do. All right? And this also represents walking away from partnerships and doing things alone. So don't forget that, all right? This is his energy. He's the King of Swords, remember? And in the other messages, it was halfway, right? 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Here, you know, it's about, it's in reverse. This is about controlling energy. Didn't I say that's the energy that he had, even in that him and Chrisean mirroring each other with that, you know, 4 of Pentacles in reverse? You know, lack of integrity, all right? You know, just the abuse of how he moves and the power and how he's doing things. Also, he's a loose cannon. With the way he go online and how he posted her, you know, getting slapped. That was rough. That was cold energy. That's King of Swords energy in reverse. The sarcasm of it all, right? But you got the 2 of Cups here, which is a loving exchange. And that's the energy that he's putting out to the world between him and, what's the little young lady name? Nevaeh, okay? So this is the energy that he has with her of some form of mutual feelings, or the energy that he's putting out for us to see, all right? Because this can represent and does represent new partners. She's new to the group, right? This is that 10 of Coins energy. When I tell you this boy, his mind is on his money, you know, how he gonna get back in this ring and, you know, generate wealth and money and finances for the long haul. It's here. It's on his mind. He could even be, you know, working towards buying another home, a house for himself as well, okay? And this is about him just working on securing funds. You know, that's the goal. That's what he does have in mind, all right? The Hermit energy is here. So, you know, at some point, he's going to step back. I know we see him in the light, on social media. But at some time, you know, this is, again, kind of represents that sacrifice energy, that hangman energy of kind of holding back and going within on certain levels so he can have some form of growth. Solitude will bring some form of enlightenment to his mind right now. So we're going to start to see him, you know, work on making the changes and evolve towards that energy, okay? You got the Knight of Coins here. So this is about him really working hard, guys, to, you know, get in a persistent pattern, stay in the course, creating some plans to make changes for things to be different in his life. You know, he been locked up all that time, you know, taken away. He's really thinking about all the time he's lost. That's another thing that hangman energy also represented. And it also goes, you know, it goes in detail with the Hermit. But the Hermit is spiritual. So in some level, we may see him have some form of a spiritual enlightenment. And I hope that it's enough to make him want to get them laser things off his face. Okay. But this is about standing the course. Persistence. Okay. Figuring out some ways to hold back. You know, even save on some level. We saw that 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So he's clearly in a financial place of recovery. And this is on his mind to get to a better place. All right. Everything that you see on online, all glitters ain't gold. That's just what it is. It's a fact. You can see it in the current energy. You can see it in the cards. And y'all know what it is. That stuff be fake most of the time. We talking about real life right now, real time, right? What they try to show you ain't never what it really is. Never so. Page of Swords energy is here again. You know, one thing about Blueface, we know he gonna play mind games. He does that consistently, right? And when he does that energy of, this is also messages of more gossip, more mess coming out. So we're going to see more news. Look, the saga continues. The soap opera will continue. Okay? The truth ain't in them. So a lot of times we not going to see the truth that we looking for when it comes to how he moving. Okay? The 4 of Wands is here in reverse. This is about when you do this, bring this play games energy, it creates division. This is people divided. Okay? discord, all the confusion and arguments and the fighting, you know, between him and his relationships with all these different women and how he dealing with them. And at some point, it's going to bring that because you play mind games. Look at that. It's right here in the messages. We can't make it up. The Ten of Swords is here. All right? So he feels like that Ten of Swords, y'all, that is like treachery at its best. Okay? The final chapter. And he felt like he's met that chapter. It's in reverse. You know, at some point, y'all may see, unfortunately, and I hate to say the word unfortunately because I hate to use that word. We're going to pull the messages, but he plays mind games and creates these division, you know, with the women. And you may see him come back on some level with Chrisean. So do not be surprised, y'all. This is a soap opera of drama that continues, okay? But also, this is the energy of him personally wanting to make a comeback on some level. Remember, I said his money is on his mind and how he's going to do it, things differently. What is he going to invest in? What lanes are he going to move in and take to move forward to make things stable, stability for his family, for himself, for his kids? Yeah, he out here doing a little bit of this and doing a little bit of that. But what's going to bring in that stable income is here. All right? He's blocked by obstacles. That's, to me, mindset on a lot of levels with that Chariot, right? In reverse. You know, again, just he facing opposition, but the obstacles are here of your past and your mindset. And that's what it represents. The manipulation. Kind of like he can create his own setbacks in a sense, right? The Ace of Coins is here. And it's in reverse. So it's about, again, like I said, the games he played, experiencing the delays, trying to iron out the details, working through that legal situation with that woman that's, you know, so-called seized his, royalties, things like that. Got to work on removing greed and control, all right? This also represents under review. That stuff is under review legally. He got some revisions that he got to make. Remember I said that, didn't I? Four of Cups is here again. But that, you know, that was the Pentacles. This is the emotions. This is about him understanding the obstacles that is in front of him, the delays that he's experiencing, right? Working on ironing out the details, making some revisions. Self-awareness is here as he moves forward. You know, trying to really work on being proactive and make the changes. And I'm glad that I see that because that's the energy that I wanted to see pop out in his energy, okay? Because, look, he got the Three of Wands here, which is lack of foresight in reverse. Remember, you know, experiencing the restrictions, because this is about returning home. Didn't we just say Three of Coins, Three of Wands, the threes are even. He just returned home from prison. Experiencing the delays, trying to make the revisions and make the, clear up the setback so he can make the comeback, period. All right? So this is about thinking small. And I'm glad to see that this is going to be a time where he's about to hit an enlightenment energy like, hey, change has got to come in order for me to get the, outcome that I'm looking for, that I'm praying for. It's here. The moon is here, so more secrets are going to come out. Deception is here, the games he play. This also represents the instability. But he going to get some messages in his dreams, guys. They're coming. All right? It's coming. And we're going to see some more messages come out. That Page of Swords is here, so don't be surprised And the world card is here. The world card is the end of a chapter. But it's interesting with that moon and that world is in reverse. So it's like he's really seeking closure on some things. You know, it's a stagnation here. It's a disappointment and setbacks in, you know, situations and relationships that have happened to him. And this is about feeling like, you know, he's in a, you know, setbacks. There's no closure in certain situations. And this also represents playing games. News is going to come out and you trying to take shortcuts on things. So watch out for that. The Lovers is here in reverse. And the Seven of Cups is options. So at the end of the day, Blueface is going to be Blueface. We can see it in his messages. You know, misaligned values, trust issues, disconnect and imbalance. And he could even be experiencing that right now in his relationships. You know, or how, you know, because he's dealing with more than one person, clearly. I mean, it looks like Nevaeh right now, but you know, they have this poly energy where they bring all these different people in, different stuff. Hey, we can't keep up. It's a saga. It's a chaotic energy that continues. We understand. But this is about, when you see that Seven of Cups, about clarity of thought. But a lot of different options, okay? Making all these different decisions on which direction you're going to go. And being cognizant of it. It's the best. All right? Many, many possibilities. So he over here with disharmony in a Lover's energy, but in this Seven of Cups energy, it's about, you know, him trying to really decide if the grass is greener on the other side. And do he feel like he could do better, girl? He is a mess, okay? Let's ask how he feel about Chrisean Rock right now. Let's ask, okay? So let's get that energy. He feeling about it right now. What is the current energy? This woman, how does he feel about this girl right now? Spirit, you want to prove that? Oh, that fell out. I'll get it. I'm gonna just, it fell straight, so I'm gonna pick it right up. And we're gonna ask 1 to 3. How you feel about Chrisean right now? You love her? How does he feel about this girl? 1 to 3, Spirit. 1 to 3. I know that's what y'all ask. How does he feel about her? How does he currently feel? Okay, so one came out. All right. Let me pour that up. Feel straight too, just like this. Keep it. I'm going to do the bottom and the top. Okay, so let me just say this. It's crazy, right? And that's how you know that situation is super, super toxic. And this is mind games. You know, he feel like Chrisean be doing the most. You know, 1 minute is she want him unalive. The next minute, you know, is, oh, I'm sorry. You know, I didn't mean to say that about my baby daddy. And he's looking at it. He's paying attention to it. He's seeing all of the games and the sarcasm, and you know, he know that how she truly feels. He know the truth ain't in it when it comes to that, right? But he plays mind games with her as well. It's in the messages, right? You know, he feel like he made poor choices with dealing with her. 2 of Coins in reverse. You know, he feel like on some level he dropped the ball. And it's been overwhelming dealing with her and all her mess and all her bullshit. The messages are here. The Chariot is there. That's about blocked obstacles. You know, her just having lack of no direction. Not doing, you know, how she needs to do in her life. For herself or for the child. For that matter, right? He just feels like it's just opposition dealing with her. Okay? Stress, stress, stress. But look at that Knight of Cups. It's still a cup of love for her on some level, right? So even through all this toxicity, he still got one little cup for her. Like I said, this is a toxic, toxic situation. And he clearly not fooling with her right now. But in the future, don't be surprised. Do not be surprised, okay? Justice is here. You know, guilt and blame. He blamed her for certain things. I think he kept saying she wasn't there for him while he was in jail. Justice energy, you know, that could be the legal portion of it. But at the same time, this is karma. This is a karmic connection, guys. And this is also represents in reverse being ashamed. You know? He feels like she didn't handle it right when he was gone. But also on some level ashamed of the baby, the situation, even how she handling it. Okay? It's in the messages. The moon is here. Again, you know, this moon is mother. And he blamed her on some level. On how she, you know, moving. Even in motherhood. This is in the messages when they connect. You know, she deceitful. He feels that way about her. And not stable. Okay? But I'm going to say this. We're going to see some messages come out when it comes to them. So do not be surprised. You know, if he still be playing games with her. It's that one little cup right there. And the justice is here. The moon is here. Messages come out with that page is messages. The moon is messages. So don't be surprised, guys. Okay? Now let's see how he feels about that girl, Nevaeh. Let's ask that right quick. Ain't this some shit? It's a mess. Ooh, that's toxic. On Blueface, and how he feels about the Nevaeh of her. How he feels about her. Ain't that something? I really like this little deck right here, y'all. I love this one. I don't know if that's too many or what, but this will take it. Okay. Just doing a 3-card pull, but we're gonna see. What a cups at? Okay. Alright, so let me just say this with them. This right here, even when you see that right there, that Ace of Cups, it's a focal point off to the side. So this is new. She's the new situation right now. He dealing with her right now, right? So this is a time where, you know, when it's in an upright, it's about an overflow of love, okay? It's in reverse, guys. So right now, 9 of Wands in reverse, okay? You know, this is just something for the moment, all right? Choosing your battles, Ace of Wands. You know, it's a passionate energy. He likes, you know, her company. He likes dealing with her. They have a passionate connection, okay? And the messages is here. Fertility is here. So I'm going to say, you know, don't be surprised with us seeing that card come up on that other one, that Page of Cups. This girl can get pregnant, okay? So it's a passionate connection, but it's still, it's like, you got the moon here. I'm telling you, it's pregnancy all in these cards. This girl can be pregnant or become pregnant, Okay? And this gonna create more obstacles and stress in his life on some level. It may come out okay right now that they rolling and they in the upright, but I'm telling you, this Ace of Cups is also in reverse. Pay attention. So we'll find out news, all right? Moon energy still represents news that will come out within a month or either even by the next full moon that we're going to have at the top of the month in January. We pretty much at the end of the year, okay? So this is a new cycle, and it could be a new baby. This man could really be bringing a new life in the world, but I mean, he looks at her in a lot of things spiritually. He likes her energy. They have a good chemistry together. All right. It's a good passion here, but it's still a level of, like I said, they'll close out at some point. Okay. 7 of Cups is here. This is about, again, in reverse, he got the same messages in the cards. Being cognizant, focusing on he wants clarity in how he's dealing with people. Choosing your battles, right? And that 9 of Wands in reverse. Trying another approach. So he's looking at her like something different to deal with. He likes her. He does. But at some point, this is going to come to an end. You see that? He likes her the way she moves and her, look at that, with the spiritual work. Resourceful creator. Because remember I said she practiced fire. You can see she's a child of Oshun energy and, with that wands and that fertility energy, that moon energy. So he likes that portion, the spiritual part, right? That's why I said that 7 of Wands didn't necessarily have to all be bad. It just could be an alternative way of spirituality, not the norm, right? He feels like she's resourceful, but at some point, that 5 of Wands come in, right? That World card in reverse. Eventually, they kind of will clash, 5 of Wands is about personality clashes, right? Misunderstandings, that type of energy, and that passionate energy can bring that. It's things that he likes about her, and it's interesting because I like to see that come out in the messages. But at some point, they end. But I'm going to say this, even if an end could be temporary, all right? But I'm just saying end in the way they view things, end in the way they see things. But this could be a baby that comes out of that too. So just watch that real close, all right, y'all? Because it's in the messages and it's there. What else do we want to ask? He ashamed. We asked how he felt about the baby. It came up and how he felt about Chrisean, because that justice shows guilt and shame. Okay? I mean, he holding on to it, but it is what it is. Let's ask. Let's just ask one more time. Is this Blueface baby? Okay? Me personally, who am I? But let's ask. Because God bless the dead, I think it's their boys. But let's see. Please give me a blue powerful. Blueface. Aquarius Let's see. Damn. I'm glad it felt like that. See, the babe is the father of Chrisean Jr. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Sorry about that. I hate these reading to go that long, but gotta pull the messages and see. So is he the father? Nope. Look, that's the Page of Coins. Messages in reverse. No follow through. No. That's that boy baby, y'all. But he's taking on the, this is just me, okay? Let's see. Who am I? Who am I? You look just like that boy that just passed. God, this is so, rest in peace to him. Really do. But he's going to take on the role of that, okay? He is. And that's what I see. Yeah, he's going to take it on. He's going to take it on. The messages are here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He knows that the child needs and she needs help, so he's gonna take on that. But Six of Coins in reverse, Emperor. Emperor's father. It's in reverse. It's a no and a no. So, you know, allegedly, you know, God bless Ronnie Go. All right, rest in peace to him. He's gonna assume the role and do the right thing, but based on, it just always comes up like that. I don't know, you know, hey. Let's get some T cards for Blueface. And we're gonna skate on up out of here. I think we're gonna ask the questions on what's going on. So don't be surprised if y'all see these two at some point, which I pray because it's so toxic, right? Oh my God, it's so toxic. I hate to see it. We'll keep it, whatever that was. It fell. Oh my God, it's a mess, right? With them. Look, thirsty is how you feel about Chrisean. Seeking attention, needing validation, desperate and pushy. And ain't that it? Energy Chrisean in with him. Go from one extreme to the next, don't you? Let's do a few message, you know, T cards. Blueface right now. But that was right. It fell right out. Ain't that something? I ain't never even seen that come out of there. That's funny. Let's just get a few. I don't want to hold y'all that much longer. We got the answers to the messages y'all wanted to know and hear. Receipts. Look, we said some things gonna be coming out. Evidence, guilty as charged, exposed. So we'll see that. High vibing, good vibes, living to the fullest, enjoying the present. He working on it. He working on it. Hookups, fleeing, friends with benefits, no committal. We said he play games, right? Sleeping princess, unmotivated, procrastinating, putting things off. That could be, you know, the woman he dealing with on certain levels. Trashed, rejection, taking out the trash, kicking to the curb. Isn't that the energy that he's giving Chrisean right now? Lipstick evidence, infidelity, caught cheating, betrayal. Remember I said that page coming out with some messages. The moon, things gonna come out about him. Tiptoeing, acting shady, sneaking around, avoiding getting caught. I can't make the messages up, right? And morning after, up all night, late night rendezvous, spending the night. Cuffing season, single and ready to mingle, ready for a relationship, on the hunt. Remember I said he got some message cards that was in his messages, and heart fog, mixed emotions, unclear feelings, wishy-washy. I said it goes in and out. We saw that one little cup that he had for Chrisean, child. So y'all just watch the mess. Let's watch the drama as the saga and the drama continues, okay? Whew, what a mess, what a mess. I know this has been long enough. I think we got the messages that y'all, and answered the questions that y'all wanted to hear. I love y'all so, family. Keep your notification bells on. You know, y'all, I got a lot of more coming up next. So peace and love, and I will see you guys sooner than the next one. Okay, love y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching The Calming Corner Show. Peace and love, soul family, and I'll see you guys in the next one.